Hey guys, we just finished up week 33 and we have been saturated in Proverbs. And one thing I actually love about Proverbs is we're called as Christians to be wise, but I often wonder, what does that actually mean? And so I feel Proverbs is so special and amazing for that reason. It's giving us so many practical examples of how to actually do it, how to actually be wise.
Yeah, I love that question. What is wisdom? We've heard that Proverbs is the book of wisdom, but what does that mean? And in the Old Testament, the Hebrew word used for wisdom actually means skill and applied knowledge. So we don't only have this wisdom, have this knowledge, but we act upon it and live our lives from that. And I know for me and Ariana, we have been impacted personally by so many different proverbs over our lifetime, and one that has always stuck out to me is Proverbs 16:9, and I want to read it. It says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." And this really has been a life verse for me. Anytime that big decisions or anything like that overwhelms me, I can just have peace knowing that if I put my trust in the Lord and submit my plans to Him, then He will establish my steps.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think for me, Proverbs 20, verse 5 really stood out. It's something I've tried to apply in my own life. So it says, "Though counsel lies deep within the heart, a person of understanding will draw it out." So you get this picture of like a well.
Yeah.
It takes a little bit of effort to get that water out. It's dark down there, so it's not obvious. But once you put in that effort, you get this refreshing drink of cold water. And so even practically, you just think how Solomon was probably echoing his dad's prayer of, "Lord, search my heart. You know me." So I can see it both as a reflection internally of, "Lord, you know me better than I know myself. Help me to understand what's going on inside of me." And just inviting the Lord and into what's going on in your heart, that's so relational and it's so personal. And also it's God inviting us to get to know Himself better and others by even being a part of a church body. We are surrounded by a wealth of wisdom, a wealth of insight and experiences. And so practically, how can you draw that out of other people? This insight, you got to be curious. You got to ask people, hey, and I've done it myself, and it has led to amazing conversations. What is God teaching you?
Yeah, you've asked me that before.
Yeah. Why, how has He moved in your life? What's a testimony?
Yeah.
And just ask boldly, because the most that can happen is you got a sweet time of fellowship, of just rejoicing in how God has practically moved in our life. And I know testimonies are one of the main ways that God builds our faith. So that is how it's played out in my life a little bit.
Yeah, I love that. And just to wrap up, I love at the end of Proverbs when we hear the story of the Proverbs 31 woman, which is so popular. But it ends with the line of, "The fear of the Lord is, or a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised." And I want us to take that away as we go throughout our day, of just knowing that when we walk in the fear of the Lord and obedience to Him, then He will just establish our steps, like I was talking about earlier. And I think that that's the key to a godly life, is living in the fear of the Lord and obedience to Him.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, Proverbs, it starts off with talking about encouraging us, fear the Lord. The beginning of wisdom is fearing the Lord. And so it ends with this beautiful example of a woman who's actually doing it. She's a busy lady. I don't think we have to do that all, selling real estate or anything to be as wise as she is, because her attractiveness comes from her character. She's a good steward of her resources. She is caring for others. She is waking up early and taking care of business. And so I think that is super encouraging to show how we can grow in beauty every single day by growing in the character. And He's just seeking to inspire us by ending off with a practical example of how to live out wisdom. So I was encouraged this week. It was beautiful. It was a great week.
Yes, me too.
We'd love for you to join us as we read through the entire Bible in 2026. To get started, visit mountparannorth.com/Bible, where you'll find the full reading plan and other resources. Or click the link in the description.